everybody, my name is Quel. Welcome to my channel. It's been over 5 years since I became a nurse, and I just like to share my experience. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and watch it into its entirety. It definitely helps the algorithm just press it out to different people who would also are searching for this type of video. Okay, let's get into it. So I began my nursing school journey back in 2017, and I became a licensed practical nurse in December of 2018, and I began working in February 2018. I'll link the specific video that describes my first job in detail. When I was searching for different jobs, I knew specifically that I wanted to work in outpatient clinics, doctor's offices. I knew I didn't want to go into long-term care facilities. That's what I was searching for, and thankfully in my area there was a lot to choose from, and I saw this home medical equipment place that I was really interested in, and it wasn't too far off from where I lived. I had that in the back of my mind. I just went on Indeed and was just searching for different jobs, and I came across that one, and then I happened to get in contact with a girl. We just kept in contact after school, and we were just discussing, you know, how we've been and everything, and she told me she actually worked at this particular home medical equipment place. So I was just like, oh, that's perfect. That's somewhere that I thought might be a great fit for me. So that was my very first job that I worked as far as becoming a nurse. So it was more of a clinic slash, I mean, it's a home medical equipment place, but it's like structured like a doctor's office where you're scheduled with the different patients. And what I specifically did was I educated patients on their home medical equipment. So for these were the CPAPs and their BiPAPs, and the doctor would write a prescription, and then I would set the machines on the pressure that they were supposed to be set to, and then I would also educate patients on how to use this medical equipment. It definitely eased me into the field. It got me comfortable talking to people, with educating people, and I like the structure of being able to see patients per scheduling. I believe I stayed there for about 6 months, I want to say. So it was good for a while. I think, as in many different places, we were extremely understaffed, and the things that I liked about it, it was slowly being stripped away. Like, I would come in at 8 o'clock and wouldn't see my first patient until 9 o'clock, and that would give me time to set up the room. It was really nice to be able to just take time to see what each patient needed when they came through the door, and that time was being taken away. So as soon as I got into the door, it was like, you're going to see your first patient as soon as you walk through the door. And then the same thing at the end of the day, where I used to use that time for notation and that sort of thing. And also it was a time that I was on call. So I'm realizing that me and being on call, I don't like that whatsoever. That whole entire week, I felt like I could not rest in totality, and I think that was the biggest thing. I don't play about my sleep, so I felt like really on edge that whole entire week because I just knew there was going to be a call. It was just a matter of time. And then the travel, long distance. So I just decided that I spent enough time there, and it was time for me to pack it up and move on to the next. A few months later, I decided to again follow this same woman who was also working at the DME company with me on the side, and on the weekend she was doing a home health agency. And I feel like if you have the opportunity to work any type of home health, just do it. All the skills literally that you learn in nursing school, you have the opportunity to do that in these patients' home. And if the doctor orders it, there's a potential for you to do all those skills that you learned in nursing school with these patients. So that's basically what I did. I did that for several months. I would do wound care, medication administration and filling up their med planners, diabetic observation, and then I would give them their insulin. I would do pain management, pain assessment, and administering pain medication. I would do Foley care. I would draw blood. So there was a wide range of opportunity for me to execute my skills on these different patients. The bulk of what I did was do the medication administration, wound care, and diabetes. Most of the members that I saw were all within our elderly population, so they may have had some issues being able to do those specifically themselves. Just to do their medication administration, administer insulin, I would do a lot of wound care. Wound care specifically was my favorite, and And I was actually thinking of kind of getting into that realm, and we'll get there another time. But I would visit these members and I would do a head-to-toe assessment on them every single time. I would document everything, and then whatever the doctor's orders are in their charts, that's exactly what I did. And I really enjoyed it. I have multiple videos on that. After the home health, that's when the pandemic happened and everything, so I took some time off for that just to care for the kids. It was remote learning and all of that, so I stopped nursing for a while. April, I guess, of 2020. And so February of 2021, I went ahead and I started working as a school nurse. I would give medications multiple times a day. I would do education. I would assess people, diabetic kids, kids that have asthma, and just, you know, the cuts and the bruises. And I did it around the time of COVID, and we weren't even at full capacity. And I was super busy all the time, and especially with that because I had to get in contact with the parents constantly about if their child was out or had COVID-like symptoms and what to expect. And then if it was just the regular bumps and the bruises and everything, just making sure I'm contacting the parents. I would do like the vision and screening test, so I needed to be up and certified on being able to do that. I was working with the babies. I was working with our littlest ones, our kindergartners in our first grade, so they would come in often, you know, just for little things that was happening on the playground. I think the biggest thing for me working there is you're not only responsible for the little babies, you're responsible for the adults as well. So keeping that in mind as well. But I think if that is your passion, you should definitely go for it. The same thing with home health, I think I feel the exact same way, where I just would feel more comfortable instead of just me being the only healthcare professional to help anyone. I would rather be in a facility, in a team of healthcare people, that if there's an emergency situation, that I have a team and equipment with me to make sure that we can maintain this person's life and everything. So now we can pivot into the job that I actually have right now. And one of my closest friends, she worked there for maybe 3 or 4 years prior to me working there. And she's the reason why I felt comfortable even applying to this place, because I didn't really know too much about it. We're kind of helping people understand their insurance. So what I do specifically is more in the risk management realm. And again, I have videos that just let you guys know exactly what I do. But basically what I'm doing is I'm looking in clinical documentation and in the claims, in our authorizations, and I'm creating a report that can go to our different clients so that they understand why somebody is paying over $100,000 or more for their health care. So that's basically what I'm doing every day. I'm never bored. I'm never tired of it. I just love it. It's the work-life balance for me. That's the most important thing that I have in life. And what I like about my company is I think they do a good job of understanding that, but I don't have to take anything that I work on and take it home with me. Like, I know people talk about like the Sunday scaries. So starting on Sunday, they start dreading their job, and I've never dreaded going into work. So I have tasks that are assigned to me, and I am just creating reports. So that's what I have for you today. I hope I was able to give a good overview of what exactly I do as an LPN and the different jobs that I have accumulated over the years. If you have any additional questions, please leave them below. Again, I have tons of videos on my progress as an LPN, so if you guys want to watch those videos, go ahead and watch that as well. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.